So guys, welcome back to the channel. How are you all doing? It's been a while. Looking forward to taking you through today and the season ahead. We've got an exciting season ahead with Team KC. Today is the season opener. We've got Jewel, first timers bikini PCA. She's in a shorter tool, so she's going to be looking at one of the later categories towards the end of the day. She's had a really good prep. Like I'll get Steve to flick a couple of images from like the start of prep to now. Being a first timer, you know, you don't really know what to expect going into that show season, so it's important for the coach to be able to mentally prepare the athlete for what's ahead. And with Jewel, it's been like not difficult, but she's had a few obstacles to overcome in the sense that she's a night worker. She does night shifts in the hospital, very long shifts, and we've had to kind of strategically place her training and cardio around that. But it's something we've done really well, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that later on, and also how not every prep's going to be the perfect prep, in the sense that there's going to be obstacles for that individual that you need to work around. But with Jewel, really happy with what we've got today. Like her morning check-in this morning is looking absolutely fantastic. We've got the perfect blend of fullness, condition, and she's yeah, I'm confident she's going to do well today. So we just got to the venue. We're going to have a look over her. She's just got a second coat of tan on. She's going to get a bikini on. We're going to get her out here on the outside, have a little look over, see how she's looking. She'll probably need another couple of meals, like little bites now, leading up to showtime. And we're predicting she's going to be on around about 3:30, 4 p.m. We'll see sort of how they're moving through the categories. So we'll take you through it. We've got Steve behind the lens today, as usual. And yeah, it's going to be a good season. Let's get after it. Show day number 1. So from here, what we're trying to do is keep this twisted round, but twisting those hips round towards me a little bit more. Yeah? Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's much better. Yeah, and all it is, it's almost like just switching off from it a little bit and not thinking, but try and think about twisting those hips around as much as you can whilst you've got that shoulder twisted round, because then you're getting the silhouette from the delt, lat, waist into the glutes. If you kind of just relax for a minute and like almost forget, it just ends up going back into like, it'll just twist round, and it's like the low back mobility. Okay, but it's just that tiny little tweak, and it just makes a difference to that side pose, because your side pose is really good. Okay, mate? Just helps the depth. So, yes. Can you feel the difference? Because you won't be able to see yourself, but as long as you can feel the difference there. Sometimes when you flare your lats, you end up just bringing your shoulders forward. And then when you do that, you just lose that pop. Whereas that's perfect, okay? Yeah, but if you lose it, I'll shout at you, delts. So if I say delts, just remember to reset the delts.
I'm glad that you're happy.
Very happy, mate. Yeah, you look fantastic. Hair and makeup looks good as well. You happy with everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, tan? Yeah, tan looks perfect. But when you get backstage, they'll just give you a little bit of a glaze, and any like little blemishes, like in the chest here, they'll just smooth it. Okay? But you look, honestly, mate, you look fantastic. So, okay, so they've just started the second category. I don't think it's crazy busy today, so I'm predicting you're going to be on about 3:30.
Yeah.
Like 3 to 3:30. So we're going to get another meal now, and then we'll have another look at you, depending on how they're going through. If they're rinsing through it, we won't need any more food, and we'll just have a few Haribo. But I'll talk you through that. If they're going quite slow, we'll have another look at you and have one more meal. But for now, we're going to get one more meal in, and we're going to get a little bit of sugar, a bit of salt in this meal.
Snacker Jacks.
Yeah, a couple more Snacker Jacks. They taste amazing, don't they?
Yeah, I didn't realize it tastes amazing. That's my favorite.
You're going to be smashing them in the off season, man. So 2 Snacker Jacks, 30 grams of jam, 10 grams of dark chocolate, 5 Haribo, and then we're going to have 300 ml of water, 1.5 grams of pink salt. I've put 145, so rustle that meal up now, get that in, and then I'm going to go in there, start looking over how the show's moving. And then we'll have another look at you like depending how they're going through, if they're rinsing through it, that'll be it. That's all we need. And then I'll talk to you about what we're going to do to pump up. Okay.
Yeah, I got some pumping.
Yeah, so you got your bands.
Bands there.
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll do a little pump up. Where's the actual backstage bit?
Is
that what we want?
downstairs,
Yeah. Okay. So I'll be able to come and do pump up with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet. So we'll do that together. But let's get that meal in now, and then we'll go from there.
They're downstairs.
Okay. Cool. Let's do it.
Okay.
And get yourself down to. By the time you go on stage, get yourself down to about here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've got about that to get in. That line there. That's about another 100 ml. Just little sips. I'm going to text you now what to pump, because when you go backstage, there's coaches back there. So I'm going to text you now what to do, but we're going to pump mainly your delts and your lats. Delts and your lats. Glutes, that's right. Glutes, we're not going to do any actual pump or anything like that. You'll see girls doing it, but don't do that because we don't need to. But what I want you to do is just some like holds on the glutes. So just like get into a short position and just squeeze it. 10 seconds, really squeeze it, and then just change to the other side, squeeze it, 10 seconds, and then just do like 3 or 4 times on each glute, just to help you like feel the sensation in your glutes, so that when you go into a rear pose, you can just boom, yeah? But remember, don't contract your glutes, just let them sit there, yeah. Like Emma's already taught you, so don't mind. Okay, but I'll text you now what to do, delts, lats, and then just confident on stage, lots of smiling. I'll be shouting, so if there's anything with like the twist or anything like that, I'll just shout it to you, okay? Cool, happy days. So yeah, Jules looking perfect. She's happy. We are probably about half an hour away from her being on stage now. The classes are moderate. So what are we looking at? Like four classes now until she's on. So yeah, about half an hour. So the work's done now. She doesn't need any more food. We've just given her one little final top up, just a little bit of sodium, a little bit of sugar, and some water. And that's just going to help to drive just a little bit more fullness through the muscle bellies, but she's holding all that fullness across the last 48 hours of loading. We've loaded her on 750 grams of carbs across 2 days, moderate fats, baseline protein. Jill can rinse through food because of her like activity levels as a whole. She's typically not been on like low calories. I think we finished her calories on like 1300 training days, which is, it's low, but it's not low for a bikini athlete, especially one who weighs as little as she does. So we knew that we had to like load her fairly aggressively in order to ensure that she holds that fullness going into show day morning today. We then pulled her down and had like a fairly low day yesterday, where the goal was to already have like that carb saturation done within those 2 heavy loading days and a fat loading day prior, so that yesterday we could just focus on getting our waist in. For bikini, that's really important. It's really important your athlete is not having to hammer in a load of carb like in short period of time before they're getting on stage. You know, we need to think about like the transition time it takes for carbohydrates to get into the muscle belly. You know, if you're like looking at your athlete and they're not full a few hours before you get them on stage, there's not really a great deal you're going to be able to do other than like hammer a load of food, salt, sodium, wreak havoc on digestive function, distension through the waist, and then just create a load of stress and cortisol. So the main goal is to have that athlete full and then ready just to start pulling them down, pushing diureses. We've not even pushed diureses that hard with Jewel, just because like she's been looking stage dry for like 4 weeks anyway, so we've not really needed to push that process, which is a nice position to be in. She's now going into today like full holding dryness after the back of the low day yesterday, and today's literally just been about little top up meals getting her ready. So yeah, she had a little bit of salt, sugar and water. She's now ready, she's calm, she's collected. Her posing's very good. She spent a long time posing throughout this prep with Emma Heineman, who has done a fantastic job with her, and that makes a big difference as well. You know, first timers or whatnot, like you're watching this, really make sure that you take your time with your posing. Get yourself a good pose coach, someone who you know can bring out the best in you on stage, because so many times you see an athlete who comes out and they've got a great physique and they go into that first pose and then they start transitioning and they're just letting themselves down. But Jewel can pose. So yeah, we're going to go into this, guys. We're going to go in and now get a seat, me and Steve, watch the next few classes, and then she'll be on shortly. So let's see how we do.
Fourth place with invites to the British and the Universe, number 97, Julian. In third place.
Yeah, whenever.
So, I don't want to sound too salty, but what a fucking joke. Like, can I keep that in, or is that
No, I
bad?
think you should keep it into it.
think,
Yeah. It was a shout.
Start again. So, you know, sometimes bodybuilding is a game of cat and mouse, you know what I mean? You can't always, there's always going to be discrepancies with the judges. No, it's one of those today. We didn't want fourth, obviously. Looking at George this morning, before we went into before she came out, I thought we had a really good chance of doing very well today. We've got an invite, which is fantastic. I think sometimes, you know, from show to show in various federations, you will see like an element of variation with the criteria and what they're looking for on the day, which can be a little bit frustrating as a coach. You know, Jewel had, you know, the best conditioning on stage, and she was very slight, small waist, very bikini, and they've gone for girls who are just a lot bigger, and not necessarily gone for what they would potentially usually go for, and I think we'll just go with that. It's a shame because obviously we wanted more than that today, but that is bodybuilding, unfortunately. So, you know, the thing with Jewel and what we've just been speaking about is that she has a great shape. We know she can get in condition, so now it's just a case of just putting this one to bed, moving forwards with the rest of the season. She's got a couple of other shows for this season. We're going to put her in NFM, we're going to put her in WMBF, so Jewel is a natural athlete. And you know, as we know with bodybuilding, you know, from one show to the next it can vary quite a lot, so it's now just about making sure that the athlete doesn't drop their head too much, picking them up. She's fine, she's great. I've just explained to her that bodybuilding is very much a sport where there's going to be a lot of variation a lot of the time, and it is essentially judges' opinions that we need to focus on. So yeah, obviously we're disappointed today, we can't lie with that. I felt as though, you know, Jewel had the look in terms of what I would usually see rewarded at PCA shows with regards to her conditioning. Very, very sharp, separated midsection, you know, low back was in, very slight shape to her. The only thing I can think of here is that she's just not carrying as much muscle as the other athletes who are placed above her. So we had to look at that, and we just had to work on, okay, how can we now improve? But yeah, I mean, in general, all we can focus on is what we can focus on as an athlete, as a client, and that is bringing the best condition that we can. You know, as always, we don't skip a beat with conditioning here. She was on the money with regards to the peaking process. She was full, she was dry, she took a lot of time with her posing. So that's all we can focus on, and all we can really look to deliver from show to show. So she's now got a little stretch of time from now leading up to her next show of the season. So within that time, what we're going to do is look to kind of bring her food up a little bit, have a bit of a reset, get her feeling good, training well. I think she's going out for some pizza tonight, which she needs, she deserves, and then we'll just reset and go from there. And I believe NFM is going to be her next show. So yeah, that's today, guys. That's the opening one of the season. Obviously a little bit bittersweet, very happy with what we delivered. We always want higher placings, but it's the start of the season. We've got plenty more shows to go. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.